Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM.
We told our little story, which now sounds like a cute little airy plane ride, when we had to fly in during the storms, and it was quite the bimpy ride on the way in. We hit the wall of clouds, and then it was nothing but pure whiteout clouds until we broke through. The ceiling was probably at 800 feet.
Well, Louis flew an airline I would not fly.
Really?
No.
United?
I don't fuck with United.
Why?
Exactly for the reason because they're fucking cunts.
That sounds like a take the bull by the horns pilot, though. That's the kind of guy I like. Because I was sitting there in the airport saying, what happened to us was we got on the plane. They loaded up first class. So we're sitting there drinking a drink.
Sipping.
And they start boarding, last class, as Kenny likes to call it. And all of a sudden they get an announcement, could you get up and leave the plane? There's now a delay.
See, I thought they were just talking to coach people.
Exactly.
Because they smell the joint up.
Right, because you get out because we don't want you in here while we're waiting.
But they told everybody to get off the plane.
Please get off the plane because it's funny to us.
We want to watch you get off and back on.
Exactly.
So they made us all get off the plane because of the delay, because of the weather.
Right.
Then they tell us it's going to be, like an hour or two. Yeah. And meanwhile, 10 minutes later or so, they go, all right, back on. We got a window.
Yeah, get
everyone back on. So we all run back on the plane.
Yeah.
And during that time, though, I say, I want a pilot, a man that was been in wars, that just goes, something? Fuck this. Yeah. I've flown in this shit before. We're going for it.
Right. Well, that's what I have.
And just there, you have that.
Yeah, no, sometimes you get a pilot who says stuff like, I had a pilot once who said, they're not letting us take off. LA's locking down because of the weather there, but I anticipate that it'll clear up by the time we get there. So I'm actually telling them we're going to Las Vegas. I've had a pilot say this, and then we'll reroute. You're lying to the fucking tower? Don't lie to them.
Control, we're going to, Las Vegas, Colorado. Is it Nevada? Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah. Well, we might take a turn somewhere before that.
We're going to Las
Guardia.
But so this guy, we're sitting at the gate waiting, and then he said that actually the delay isn't because of the weather, it's because the fuel gauge is broken on the plane.
Of course it is a hunk of shit airline.
So the fuel gauge is broken, but we filled up the tanks, we topped them off, and we had someone climb up and look in the tank. You don't want to know that there's a dude, you want to think that something really weird and scientific is...
Right.
It's like a dude looked in the
Some guy
wing.
looked.
I hope that dude is not a fucking idiot. Like, now I have to hope...
Well, you hope he has depth perception.
This was like a little time-release capsule of terror that he left with us because he said, this is no problem because we know we have more than enough fuel to get there.
Sure.
Because it's full. That would be more than we need, and we can even circle for a little while with that amount of fuel. So then we get to LaGuardia, and we're circling, and then he says, we've only got 20 minutes worth of fuel left. How the fuck does he know that when the fuel gauge is broken?
Yeah.
But look, he's saying he knows how many hours you can fly on a certain amount of fuel.
Yeah.
But if maybe there's more stress on the engine when it's going through bad weather.
Headwind.
If he's 5 minutes off, we're going to drop from the sky like a set of fucking car keys.
Avianca did that.
Yeah.
Right into Long Island, yeah.
So he goes, we got 20 minutes of fuel left, and LaGuardia is, trying to shut down, but it's minute to minute. So we're going to go ahead and make an approach to LaGuardia Airport. And as we get closer, if it gets bad, we'll divert and use the last of our fuel to land in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We have enough fuel to do exactly that. Then he starts coming in.
We'll divert to a place where there's lots of big open fields where innocent people won't be killed.
We will to the Verrazano Narrows.
Ladies and gentlemen, one thing you won't have to worry about is fire. There is no fuel left in the tanks.
Yes, exactly.
We are doing 500 miles an hour, but
yes.
You won't burn. Thank you.
But so he he starts coming, and we start dropping down into the clouds, and it's the ugliest fucking. I mean, the clouds are yellow and brown out the window.
It was nasty.
Well, you
And
were
there's
listening
water.
to on thing, right?
Yeah, and so me and the guy next to me, the fucking two idiots, we put on the headphones and listen to the channel that you can listen to the tower. You can listen to your plane talking to the tower. And so he says, United 266, we're making an approach, And then we hear LaGuardia Tower say, do not land 266. The winds are far too heavy. It's not safe for landing. We're shutting down. Don't go, divert right now.
How do you not pull the headphones off and just make believe you didn't hear it?
And the guy says, we can't divert now. We have only 4 minutes tops of fuel left.
Holy.
So we have to come in.
Oh,
And the
God.
tower's saying it's not a good idea, but go ahead because what else are you going to do?
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot, Jim.
All right, hot shot.
Oh, wait. The flight attendants are all strapped in and invisible. They're nowhere to be seen.
Yep.
And I'm holding on like it's going to help. I'm holding on to my fucking window, like the edges of the window. I'm stamping my foot just uncontrollably.
Wow, you are fucking scared.
Well, because we keep dropping, and once the landing gear goes down, and there's all that drag on the plane.
Yeah.
The thing is pitching and rolling and making impossible banks to the left and right. I mean, it's like a like a joke. And there's a woman behind us holding 2 children, screaming and sobbing, literally going, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" She's doing exactly that. That's the soundtrack for everyone on the plane.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
And she's got tears bursting like she's on a fucking train to fucking Auschwitz. No, I gotta die. She's saying her kids with her. She's saying we're gonna die to her kids. She's telling her kids they're gonna die.
Fucking tastic.
Yeah, and for the pilot sounding stressed on the even more than I've heard black box recorders, and the pilot sounds like he's smoking a cigarette till the second before death. He's like, "We only have 4 minutes of fuel. We can't divert." Like he sounded like that.
You probably thought you were watching a movie.
Oh no, it was like
wow, this is great.
Why wouldn't this be death?
If I wasn't on this plane, this would be great to listen to.
This is well directed.
Yeah, I love this movie.
I love the woman in the back seat. She was awesome. And we drop out of the clouds, and we see where we are. We are so close to those fucking Queens housing projects that are in the X shape.
Yep.
Like it's like the nightmares you have. If the wing were to tip over, we'd hit.
You're hitting it.
And we're going. I've gone over those housing projects thousands of times. I fly all the time. We're going so fucking fast. We're flying like we're just shooting over Queens.
Man.
And even the most Texan tough guy passengers that were from Denver that were on that plane are like, "Whoa, hey!" Everybody's like, "Oh,
hey, oh!"
And it was so bad that when I just to jump ahead for a second, when I got in the cab, the cabbie said, "I saw that plane come in. That looked bad." Like cabbies saw us because we're the only assholes that fucking landed.
No one else was coming in,
and so we're coming in, and the plane looks. I mean, I'm convinced we're hitting the BQE. We're gonna just whatever it is, and we hit the ground so fucking hard, and my heart is racing, and I had tears in my eyes, just involuntary.
Wow,
just tears coming down my face. Like, what are these? And the pilot says, "Ladies and gentlemen, you are free to turn on your cell phones and call your loved ones." And every single person with a phone the whole plane was chatter of like, "Holy you wouldn't believe what just happened to me, honey. I thought I was going to die." And I looked at my phone and I thought about calling my wife, and I was like, "Fuck her." I didn't call her. Fuck her. I thought I was just about to die, but
you call like a friend.
I don't want to.
Dude, you never guess what the fuck just happened.
Because I know what would have been like, "Honey, I thought I was going to die." "Oh, that's awful. Did you? What time are you getting in?" I don't. It was
really bad. Fired. He should be fucking fired.
It was really bad. It was bad judgment.
Pilot?
I think what happened was that he had enough time to do what he thought but then the tower sent him through an approach that took longer than he expected.
Longer. It's just what happened with Avianca. They were flying around, and that was a language barrier too. They didn't declare an emergency. They declared something that was just under an emergency.
Yeah.
So they kept diverting them from airport to airport and making them circle. And the plane ran out of fucking gas.
Yep.
And the people that survived the crash were like, all of a sudden you hear this silence, and all you hear is the wind wishing over the wings. Whoosh, whoosh, no more. Whoo. And you know how the noise of the engines kind of cancels out noise in the cabin?
Yeah, no.
You hear everything.
Yeah.
You hear the people in the back fucking row if you're in first class.
Yeah.
And just...
the worst.
And they crashed into the woods.
Yep.
No fire, no explosion. Just
No, and
cracking
that's what-
trees and fucking, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people
When
live
was that?
because
No, and
of
when
that.
those-
Right on, kind of near where I live.
No, when?
When you run out
when
of
about
fuel
10,
on a
12?
plane, when you run out of gas in a car, you can actually like use the starter motor to get it a little
Yeah,
further.
yeah,
you can
right.
kind of keep sputtering, but on a plane it's just it's
And you
gone.
can stop and get the fuck out,
Yes.
no matter where you are in a
How
car.
did the dudes? Because he told us that he couldn't be sure how much fuel there was on the plane before we left.
Right.
He said we know the gauges are wrong, but we're going to go anyway because we've seen the gas.
So then you bet it. Well, then you know something.
But when you get that close, you go, let's fucking land now.
You might even be able to justify that if you're going from point A to point B without any
That's it.
problems.
That's
if
fine.
you're going into weather where
Yeah.
you're going to have to circle.
And when you're
now-
talking
now you
about
don't
we
do
have
that.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes left.
How
If
fast
you're
is that
1
4
minute
minutes?
off, you're dead, and he
Holy
has no
shit.
gauge.
That 4 minutes is not 4 minutes in a dentist chair. That 4 minutes is 4 minutes on
Yeah.
on a roller coaster.
See, all of our
That's a
pilots
fast
now,
fucking.
all of our pilots are Vietnam combat tested pilots, but they're also fucked up Vietnam vets that kind of don't give a shit.
They just
Yeah.
think you're a bunch of faggots whining on the back of
Yeah,
the
all
plane.
you people that call me a baby killer, we're going in.
Yeah.
It was 1990.
Avianca. Okay.
That is a harrowing experience. Worst flight ever for you, I guess, right?
Easily. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking platinum and 15
Yeah,
different airlines. I fly
a million miles,
constantly.
probably, yeah.
I fly through bad weather all the I sleep through it. I don't give a shit. I
Yeah.
actually have often turned to people around me on planes that look scared and said, I've seen this. This is nothing. Don't worry. I don't care. I like flying. The lady behind me, by the way, I kept yelling back, we're okay! Like, I kept yelling at her. And I was yelling at myself.
okay.
We're gonna be okay! We're gonna be okay!
Sirius XM, the virus. You're listening to